Hi kids! Can you see me? Hi Desi. Hi kids, how are you? I know we had an extra day off and you probably think I used that to get some homework done. I have a lot of homework and no, I did absolutely no homework, but I did do a lot of reading outside in the park with Onyx. You can't see him, he's down here. First, I finished this new edition of Outcast and it's actually so amazing. It seems like it's been a year since the last volume came out and I was afraid that I would kind of forget, but I was able to jump right back into it with Kyle Barnes and him fighting off all the evil that's coming his way, and fantastic. But what I'm most excited to tell you about, right here, the Twilight Man. Oh my goodness, so this is a biography. This is a biography of Rod Serling. He's the inventor of the Twilight Zone, and it tells his whole story. First, it starts off with him meeting this beautiful lady on a plane and them having this conversation, and you can just tell she's hitting on him. And you don't know at this point if he's married, because he was married, and you don't know, is this his wife? What's going on? So that was interesting. And then he starts talking about his past and about being in World War II and how he wanted to be a paratrooper, but they said he was too short. So all you short guys, listen up. And they said go home, but he kept showing up at the commander's door and every day, and like, I thought I sent you home, I thought I sent you home, and finally they let him pass through and they said, okay, you can do the training, but there's no way you'll survive and last through the training. And of course, Rod Serling lasted through the training. And this carries on when he comes back into the United States and is back into his normal life and he has to make money. He's been writing and trying these different things for TV, not having a lot of success. And he is a test pilot for different paratrooping companies, and he tests out things before they go to market and gets all of these injuries. Then it goes into the story of how he created the Twilight Zone, the resistance that was against it, and it is so good. I read it in one day. You're gonna love this. I'm gonna have this in the classroom. Lastly, I did start a new book. This is called Dopesick, and it's about dealers and drug companies that have addicted Americans and killed countless Americans in America. And the first chapter is about OxyContin, but it goes back into the history. And most people know, well, I didn't know. I knew that cocaine was in Coke or something like that, but it really started before that. First, opium was used in everything. In fact, most people in America, the majority, were addicted to opium. And then that stopped happening and morphine was discovered, and morphine was considered to be stronger than opium. And doctors said, oh, we can use this. It's safer. It's not addictive. And they put it, as you know, in Coca-Cola, in cough syrup, even in babies' medicine, there would be opium in babies' food. And it was just, or not opium, I'm sorry, morphine at this time. And it was after that then that a physicist discovered heroin. And there was a huge push for heroin where they said, oh my gosh, this is so much better than morphine and there's absolutely no problems with addiction and it's very calming. And then heroin was everywhere and the majority of people were addicted to heroin. After this, they finally discover how really horrible this is, and it takes a big push to get heroin made illegal and to get all of these substances made illegal in America. And now, when OxyContin was made, they're telling the same story. They told the same story to doctors, that it was a time-released drug, therefore it would not be addictive, and so junkies, as they're called in the book, would not be interested in this drug because they would not be able to absorb it and get it all at once. And of course we know that people found their way out of that and there is an absolute crisis on hand. So it's very interesting and I can't wait to read chapter 2. Okay, I don't have time for my whole vegan snack time, but I did make some new peanut butter. And this time I got creative with it. If you look at it, it probably looks like mud because I put, and I'll just taste it really quick. Oh my gosh. I put cocoa powder in it. Hershey's, no, not Hershey's, Trader Joe's cocoa powder. And then a little bit of like sweetener. It is so good. All right, well, I know it's been a while. Peace out, food for life. Check you later.